All right, I want to take just a couple minutes here and show you some of the features of Notability. If you've seen my other video, we use the app Notability down here with the pencil to do all of our, that one right there, to do all our schoolwork. My girls do all their writing and work in this app. Hope I can find what I need to show you the pages. So this is my youngest's iPad. She is just doing the pre-reader of our curriculum. Looking real quick. Nope, I don't see it. I'll just show you back here. So there's several features. The T here is text. So if I take that and then I type or tap anywhere, I can start typing and get a word box that's typed up. For my 8-year-old, this has been a game changer. She really struggles with writing, but because the text box is giving her helpful hints on spelling, which she's very obsessed with her spelling. It has to be correct. She could type in, she goes out animal and then not know how to end mal, however she pronounces it. It might be a little tricky for her to sound out, but it recommends some words for her, and so she could type animal, and it's actually helping her spelling. I was concerned that it would hinder her spelling, but her spelling has grown a lot by using this. So this has actually been a game changer with her. She's now actually writing papers. She'll do her writing assignments without a fit anymore. It also works to allow her to do voice to text on the iPad with the microphone down here by the smiley face. We do use that. It's not very good. Oh, I can't use it at the same time. I was going to test out, but I can't use it at the same time as filming this recording. But it's not very good at recording their voices. So there's always a lot of typos and errors, but they still love it. And we get a lot more done. All right, the next thing here is a pencil. Under pencil, you can go in and pick the size. Let me see. You can pick, I guess that's like how hard it kind of is how hard it is. A hard and pressure. You can pick colors. My girls love to come in and make their own colors. Oops, I did not mean to do that. We are using an Apple Pencil, so that's why it says disconnect Apple Pencil. You may hear it tapping some throughout this video because I'm using it to click. But we come in, my girls like to come in and make their own colors because the colors they have there apparently are not good enough, but it makes school a lot more fun. So the pen is just a really nice writing feature. They can do, let's see back here, she used the highlighter because she likes to, but they can have more control, or they can have write with a pen. The highlighter, I'm going to erase that real quick, I don't want it on the page. The highlighter, as you can see here, the difference right up here, the pen covers, the orange and red pen here, cover what's below them. The highlighter doesn't. So I actually encourage my girls to do their coloring with the highlighter because, as you can see right here, it said to color the pictures. Well, if we had colored those same pictures with a pen, I never would be able to see what they'd colored. My 3-year-old, she just does this whenever she wants to participate, but these pages are there for her to do. She still scribbles. I don't care if she colors it in nicely, but because of the fact that she scribbles, if she had scribbled these with a pen, I would have known that this is a rhino and a rope. I would have known these are ink blots. So this is the highlighter right next to it. Again, with the highlighter, you can pick how thick or thin the highlighter is. So we now have the pen and the highlighter up here at the top. And then we have the eraser. I'm going to come back to where I was and erase these things. With erase, you have a couple options. Aside from size, you also have whole and partial. So if I write hi, but then like I accidentally made that too long, I can come in to partial erase and just erase to make it look cleaner, to clean up what I did. I don't have to erase and undo everything I did. Or I can come into whole erase, and as long as I covered part of each mark I made, it erases that whole mark. So both erases come in super handy, especially when you're trying to clean up work. Then the next thing, which is my personal most important feature, this is the most important feature for me when teaching little kids. So a lot of the times, I'm going to look over here and see if I have one. That one is very colored on. But a lot of the times in this curriculum, there will be pages where it says trace or cut out or I guess it's cut out. But for us, I'm not seeing anything there. For us, it's hard to pick and choose which papers to cut out, and then we would be able to keep it. So with the scissors, we can actually come in here. We have two options. We can have your own shape choice here with this little squiggly one, or the rectangle choice. I always have them on the pick their own shape, and they can come and trace what they want to cut out, hit copy, and then hit paste. Move it, adjust the size, and show there's the answer. I know this page isn't for that, but I wanted to show you an example. You can also delete it. You could paste it multiple times, but because it has this feature, then on pages where we're supposed to cut out the letters and spell the word in the correct order, my 4-year-old can do that. She wouldn't be able to do that with a lot of the other apps. In fact, I haven't found any apps that she would be able to do that with, except for Notability. So I'm glad I have Notability because of her work, though it's not always critical. Like my 7 and 8-year-olds, they never use that part. The hand here, oh wait, I take that back. We do use the scissors for my 7 and 8-year-olds. If we haven't memorized the Bible verse for our curriculum, when it comes to dictation, they will go back, because you could go back multiple pages, cut it out, and then bring it and paste it on the page you're working on. So they'll go back several pages, find the verse they're working on, and bring it to where they're supposed to be writing it again, so that they can copy it again. So we do use the scissors for that because it doesn't have to be used on the same page that it starts on, which is pretty cool for some of the work that they do. The hand here is just for moving it around. If you are using a regular stylus, not an Apple Pencil, just a regular squishy tip stylus, you can either, in this app, turn the page back and forth with 2 fingers, or by clicking on the hand. If you don't click on the hand or use 2 fingers with a squishy stylus and you swipe with 1 finger, it actually will just start writing. So it doesn't, like with any program, the app doesn't know that your finger is in the stylus. So it has a hand feature to help you better maneuver. I have no idea what this is. It's a laser tail. I'm gonna just, ooh, that's cool. Okay, so looks like they've added a laser. This is actually completely new since Friday when we did school. For the laser, I can see a couple of benefits. One being if you want to cast your device, your Notability from your device onto your TV, and you want your children to see, you can then do things like this, where they are able to better see. Actually, that makes me realize this right here, right above the laser, is the pencil, highlighter, eraser, scissors, and hand. Oh, and text. I didn't know this is there, honestly. Otherwise, I would have used it. But that is a cool new feature that I can see some good use for with casting, or if you're working with a little kid, for them to follow, a fun way to follow along with the reading. So when they're trying to read, they can go color the picture and read that with a little laser, so that dot helps them stay in place. Could also be super distracting. It depends entirely on your children. Now, a few more things. Up here, above the laser, is the undo. It also, if you push and hold on undo, you can have redo. So if they accidentally backspace or undid too much of their work and they're all upset because they worked so hard and now they deleted it, it's okay as long as you don't close out of the book. You can redo what you did. You can close out of the book. Over here are some very useful, over on the right are some very useful features. This up here above the red dot, the two rectangles here, that is the pages. So you can open up all the pages of the workbook, scroll through, and find what you're looking for. I also, when we're doing a project, our curriculum here, this curriculum, in case you don't know, is Gather Around Homeschool, the Oceans unit. If you're doing, for our older kids, they are doing a writing project in every single unit. So what I do is each time we come to a writing page, I bookmark it. That little, if you look at the jellyfish page over here on the right, it has a little bookmark in the top right corner of the page now. Then if I go up to the top and click on the same symbol, all my bookmark pages are there. So when we find a new writing page to work on making our writing project complete, all of our pages have already been bookmarked. We could just go to the bookmark section and find all of the previous work we've done. So we're not scrolling, or in paper we would be flipping. It's all right there. It's bookmarked. I would probably fold down the tabs otherwise, because it would save me a lot of hassle. Also, in this 3 dots up here, you can change. I'm just giving you a basic tour here. That's what this is, a basic tour of how you use this app. So you can change your background, your page background. This is really cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't work flawlessly for my program, but a lot of times, if your child is has dyslexia or some other reading disabilities or reading challenges, reading the words on a different color background really, really helps. For my husband, the ideal color is, he has dyslexia, the ideal color is navy blue with white writing. For a lot of people, it's black and white. For some, it's light blue and black. But since your brain doesn't, I studied this in college, it's kind of confusing, but your brain doesn't actually see black on white. That's the inverse of what we see, I believe is how it works, if I remember correctly. But your brain isn't necessarily wanting to see black on white. And so somebody who's dyslexic, it makes it really hard to read what's written there. So something like this, where you put a gray background, is kind of less, it's less bright, it's less in your face. They may be able to read that a whole lot better and get more out of it than this white. Though, as you can see, it's not flawless with this curriculum. For view, I choose single page. But you could do seamless. So seamless is where you can just scroll up and down from one page to the next. Single page is where you have to swipe to turn the page. For me and my children, single page works better. We are able to turn the page, move on to the next thing, not have them accidentally writing from page to page, which the little ones actually can do. I don't know how they can do it. I can't make it work, but they manage to write like 5 pages at the same time. Then they get all upset and I'm having to undo everything they did. Major hassles. But, so you could just swipe up if you do seamless or side to side if you have it on single page view. Then over here, I wanted to show you this. These 3 dots in the bottom left-hand corner of the pages. If you want to duplicate a page, you can click on those, click copy, and then wherever you want it, you hit paste. And it duplicates it right there. So you can see now I have 2 jellyfish pictures. I can also delete a page right here. If a page has something written on it, I can clear it. I can cut and paste, which would allow you to move that page, or I could just add a blank page. So these are all really useful. I am using that feature with my older 2 in their book log. So when they read a book, so that they don't finish, or so they don't run out of book log space, I'm just cutting and pasting more and more pages until they have enough pages to get us through a whole unit, because my children have a tendency to read a lot. Up here, this is the last feature I have. Oh, wait, right here. Hey, stop that. Okay, right there, above the 59, I can type in any page I want, and it will take me to that page. With older kids, this has been proving very helpful. I'm able to write down what page in Notability I want them to do, and they can go straight to that page by typing it in, and they're not spending a bunch of time scrolling and flipping through trying to find the page I want them to do. Because if your kids, this is great, because if your kids are anything like mine, they will flip and flip and flip for 10 minutes, and then when you're like, okay, what are you doing? Have you found your page? They'll start crying because they can't find it. This is normal in our house. I'm sure this is normal in somebody else's house too. I've talked to friends who have this problem, but having it right there where they get to type in the page number, it helps them get to their work quickly. All right, the last thing I want to show you is this microphone right here. I have not used the microphone recently, but my children have been. You can now record multiple clips. I don't know that you can record them and assign them to a page. I don't think you can yet. I'm hoping that feature comes soon. But what you can do is, if you're not going to be able to sit and read with your child one day, you can sit the night before and record yourself reading those pages to your child, and then they can have you reading to them because you will be busy with other things. And then you can just delete those clips and read for the next several days. So, super beneficial for those who are still learning to read, those who still need lots of assistance in reading, and those pages where the words are just too big, because we have those pages. Some days they're just hard and we can't do it all, but they can't do it all by themselves. But I wanted to just give you a little tour. Right here, this arrow above the laser is the backspace, or the back to more books. You can also swipe in from the left and get all of the recent work that they have done. But I just want to give you a quick tour of Notability and the features that it has, so that when you're trying to set up your school year, you are a little bit more prepared and are ready to go and have some fun. The last thing I'm going to show you is right down here. If you see these tentacles, they get kind of small. So my girls will zoom in like this and then go up to whatever they're coloring with. They get the tiniest little level so that they could go in and actually color that in without getting outside the lines. So as you see, it's a lot easier to color in when you zoom than it would have been like that. So that's just what my girls like. It works really well, but the zoom feature is kind of fun. And all these things just make my kids enjoy school a little bit more, and they love learning and seeing what they can find out with the app.